So this is not the video I wanted to make. This is not the video I did most of the recording for. But this is the video we're going to get. Because today we're going to talk about what should have been one of my favorite pieces and how it nearly destroyed me. So stay tuned to the end to find out how that happened. Hey everyone, today we are talking about a
disappointment.
Severe disappointment. Recently I was commissioned to assemble and paint a 1990s era Warhammer Orc can. Not just any Orc can, but a kit bash from a 1997 White Dwarf magazine.
I actually know what it was. They gave the name because they were selling the kits in the back of White Dwarf. It was the Grand Legion Wood Orc Dreadnought.
Okay then. So we had planned, thought, hey, what a great video. You know, can we kill a can? Cool title and everything. Fun little video. And Warhammer, and we all know the YouTube algorithm loves Warhammer.
And the algorithm loves vintage.
Yes. 2
birds, 1 stone.
So we figured, perfect. Then the project started. So first was assembly, and you did that.
Yeah. Metal pieces, not fun to assemble. Super glue is brittle and does not like right angles. And metal pieces don't flex very much. And when you're working with pieces from at least 5 different units and manufactured, and I found the date stamps on most of them, over the course of 3 years, there's a lot of milliput involved. Make sure everything held together really well.
But we got it assembled.
And it looked awesome. It does look awesome.
So,
little walking box.
Little walking box of death.
Little walking stompy box. Stomp, 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 stomp.
So then, the painting started. Now, I was given the instructions of the old Snakebite clan, and that's it. So, while actually assembly was being done, I did my research. The only thing I could find was basically earthy colors. Okay, easy enough. So, painted it in earthy colors. And I thought it was going pretty well. I mean, who doesn't love orcs?
Right?
They're so much fun. And the best part of orcs is that you really get to play with weathering, because, I mean, come on, they have to be weathered.
Right. I mean, it's, the whole thing is broken and shouldn't work anyway.
Right. So, fabulous. And then I gave an update to the buyer. And that was not what he wanted.
He was looking for an old school design.
Right. So very tribal look, very colorful, and actually way more fun. Something I would have loved and embraced from the get-go.
And you came to love it.
Oh, of course I loved it. Like I said, it's very exciting and fun.
Your banners are awesome.
Freehand isn't my best. And the other part of it is I actually have an extreme fear of snakes. Like massive, massive extreme fear. But these are cartoony ones and square. So I could kind of get it out of my mind and kind of put in that that's not what I was painting. So it's okay. And then I found out I had to do a warthog, a tribal warthog. Okay, again, challenge, and challenge accepted. And man, I'm proud of how that came out. That looks so good. They really, I mean, very much the showpiece of it.
Oh, yeah.
So, highly excited and really, really excited to make the video about it and get it out to the client who approved it at that point. Shipped it out and started editing the video. Then we got the notice. UPS lost the package. It is now gone. It only exists in this video. This footage is all anyone has of it. And of course, my buyer was understandably, he's upset. And I just sympathize. I think I'm actually more upset than he is when push comes to shove. You know, I care more about their happiness and what they think than actually making money, because for me, it's the passion more than the money. I have a full-time job. So instantly, we go online and start scouring to see if we can find the pieces.
Freak out mode.
Possibly remake this thing and how much that would cost.
And let me tell you, it's a lot. There's, 5 pieces from, the original Imperial Hellhound tank. There are squig catapults.
So basically, making a new one, not really an option. My buyer has been waiting since the 90s to be able to have this, and scouring the internet for someone who is selling off their kit that they never assembled. So he actually got it for a really good price, but we're not likely to find that again. So, at least not now. So, can't replace it. UPS, we're still waiting for the insurance to be figured out and see if they're going to pay that, and going back and forth with getting all the receipts, and oh no, it has to show the payment, and no, it has to be this and that.
Signed in triplicate with a drop of blood and DNA.
Well, they're not quite that bad, but pretty close. And yeah, I mean, my buyer is still optimistic and hoping that UPS will find it. I kind of have a more realistic outlook, and it's been a week. They're not finding it. I mean, that's pretty unlikely at this point. So now, every time I look at the photos, I get sad because it's gone. My buyer never even got to see it. He never saw it in person. He's only ever seen the same photos you're seeing. So that's pretty devastating. And moreover, it kicked off a week of devastation where I've just been, well, let's put it this way. Life loves kicking you when you're down. What we really want to make this video about is picking yourself back up.
You can get knocked down over and over, but you can always get up.
Yeah. And while you're down there, plenty of people are going to take a good kick. So make yourself prepared for that. The important thing is just to get back up and start again. So if anybody has any tips or leads on where we can get the parts for a decent price that isn't $1,000,
this is where we ask the internet for a miracle. Do you have a Grand Legion wood style orc dreadnought? Have you not put it together yet? Do you have one that you put together but you didn't paint? Do you have a painted one that I can strip and put back together? Come on, internet, be magic. You've done it before. We know you can do it.
In the meantime, we're going to go to our local hobby shop and get some retail therapy, which will cause problems later, but that's, tomorrow's issue. And then we're going to get started on the next video and the next minis and the next commission and turn it around.
Because the future is always filled with joy and possibility.
Until life decides to kick you down.
Heartache is always an option. So until we see you again, get back up, have fun, and keep creating.